Hi, everybody. My name is Shamash, and today we're going to be learning 3 tips to practice more patience. So you can begin by practicing patience by waiting for 30 seconds. Can you do it? Hi, folks. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. My name is Shamash, author of Mindfulness for Dummies. And here I am today in my fake Zen garden. Hope you like it. So we're learning about patience today. I'm going through all the different values, and today's value is patience. And tomorrow's going to be our last value of the month. So, what is patience and why is patience important? Well, nowadays, there's so many things that we need to wait for. Things, I guess that, we're living in a very much of an instant gratification world. Yeah, things come very quickly. But I think with that, we get so used to it that we're expecting things to happen quickly. And also at the same time, there's so many things like I remember the other day I had to call my bank to change something. I was on hold for an hour and a half. Uh, Definitely had to practice patience there. There's all sorts of situations in our modern world where, yes, there's lots of things that happen quickly and instantly, but then there's also lots of things where we have to practice patience. And some people do tend to be more patient than others, don't they? They're like, oh, yeah, I just accept it, or I can wait, or no problem. And then some people get very frustrated. I was just thinking about myself. What situations am I patient in? What situations am I impatient with? And funnily enough, although I'm a mindfulness and a meditation teacher, it's taken me a long time to get into the habit of meditation, and I can get very impatient with it. Probably that's why I need to practice it, and probably that's why I teach it too. So, for many years, I think I've shared this story before, but some of you may not have heard of it. For many years, I was kind of going in and out with waves of practicing meditation, not practicing it, practicing, not practicing it. And the breakthrough came for me when I learned about this technique, which is to start things in a stupidly small amount of time. So I knew that to a certain extent. So I thought, okay, let me start with 5 minutes of meditation or 1 minute of meditation a day. But I still didn't even want to do that. And what helped me get into it was one breath meditation. So I said to myself every day when I wake up in the morning, I only have to do one breath of mindfulness. And if I do more, great. If I don't do more, great too. I can celebrate the fact that I can say, hey, I meditated today. How long? One breath. So I felt that I'd connected it. And then that got me into the habit and a consistent habit that I was able to practice for much longer. So when it comes to practicing patience, if there's a certain area in your life where you want to practice more patience, I recommend start so small it's almost like a laugh or it's a joke. I shared the example the other day of someone who wanted to stop putting sugar in their tea, and they just took a few granules of sugar out every day, and then by the end of the year they were not using any sugar in their tea, and it was sustainable because they'd done it gradually. So think about an area in your life where you want to practice more patience and just take one deep breath or just take a few seconds to be a tiny bit more patient and just allow it for a little bit more and then build it from there, and make sure you celebrate when you do that because it's that emotion of celebration that can really help you to get into it. That's my first tip. Second tip is reframe the situation. So, an example that comes to mind for me is traffic. Actually, traffic doesn't cause me too much frustration for some reason. But if it's happening every single day, and let's say I'm traveling every day and I'm always in traffic, then that's hard. And so, the way I reframed the situation was to actually use an opportunity to do something I enjoy, which is listening to audiobooks. So I became a member of an audiobook company where I get a new audiobook every month. And I was looking the other day, and I've downloaded hundreds of them now over the last 10 years. And it's become a bit of a habit to download them every now and then and listen to them. And if I was in a car, I don't really drive cars much now. If I was, and I'd be listening to that when I was in traffic and stuff, and that would be a great way to reframe the situation. So I wouldn't have to even practice patience. Another technique would be to actually use it as a mindful opportunity to do some mindful driving. So when you see a yellow light and it's changing to red, rather than speeding through it, you say, ah, great, I'm going to stop. This is an opportunity for me to mindfully breathe and do traffic light meditation. And maybe I'll look at the clouds and the blue sky if there is any, or if not, I'll just look at the gray clouds and breathe and notice the sensations in my body. And so it's an opportunity to practice rather than just thinking, so annoying, when will this traffic end, or trying to speed through all the traffic lights. Try that traffic light meditation. And then my last tip for practicing patience is to avoid the situation. And I think the situation where I'm least patient is probably in meetings. And I think this happened because I had to go to so many meetings as a school teacher. I was a school teacher for 10 years, and we had a meeting in the morning. We had to have some other meeting during the day. And then in the evening, we had a meeting, we had a head of department meeting, we had head of year meeting. There's more meetings than anything else. I've never met so many times in my life. And in those meetings, not that much happened, or what mainly happened was that a few people that loved talking just did a lot of talking, and we had to sit and listen to them. So now I actually try and create my life in situations so I don't need to go to too many meetings, and that seems to be what works for me. I could practice patience, or I could try reframe the situation, but I'm in a situation where I don't need to go to too many meetings or be part of lots of meetings if I don't want to. And so I use my time in a different way. So don't feel that you have to enforce or force yourself to be patient in situations that you don't need to. So there's some of my 3 tips. Start stupid small. Just be one breath more patient in the situation that frustrates you. Number 2, reframe the situation. So see it in a different way. See it as an opportunity to be mindful or do something you enjoy at the same time as it. For example, if you're ironing or something, you could listen to something in the background, for example, or you could practice doing it really mindfully and feel the iron on the clothes. And finally, last tip, avoid a situation if you can. Why give yourself extra stress if you don't need to? So that's my tips for patience. Good luck with being patient today. Tomorrow's Saturday's Halloween. Hope you have a good time then. We're doing an experience, a mindful rave type experience. If you want to come along to that, then you're welcome to do so. And on Sunday is the 1st of November, so we're going to be starting the new daily mindfulness club. So now is a great time to join. Please get in touch with me if you're interested in doing that and becoming a member, and you get a guided meditation every single day there, and you become part of the community, and you get access to hundreds of meditations as well. So thanks a lot for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy being patient.